Hello, everyone, and happy Sunday to you. I welcome you to another video tutorial on the GBPUSD, and I would like to state here that this is going to be a follow-up video to my previous publication on the GBPUSD. And I would like to state here that during the course of last week trading session, we were able to take about a 100 pips minimum after taking a couple of losses during the early days of the week on the JPUSD. I will be sharing the video to my previous analysis in the comment section, especially for those who would like to see what our plans has been prior to this current video. So going into the new week, what is going to be our plan for the GBP USD? Well, on the daily time frame, it is obvious that price has been on a strong bearish momentum since the beginning of the year, and as a result of that, we had that bearish trend line figured out. But that is not the most important structure here in the last couple of weeks now. But the most important key level here is the 1.1400 level, which has been that level which has been a level that we have been anticipating for the past 3 weeks to buy the GBP USD. As you can see here, in the month of September, we saw how this level has been holding buying pressure before we witnessed that significant breakdown of that structure to signal the strength of the sellers at this point in the market. And from a technical standpoint like this, whenever we have a breakdown of a structure, we expect that price is likely going to come back and do a retest of that structure, which is exactly what happened here. We saw how that 1.1400 level has been holding selling pressure. The same thing happened a couple of weeks ago as we saw selling pressure from that area to push price to the downside. But there is something very significant here that we need to take into consideration. We saw that as soon as price rejected that 1.1400 level, we saw that the selling pressure continued to reduce. And how did we know that the selling pressure was reducing? Well, when we look at what has been happening here since the later part of the month of September, we saw how price has continued to find higher lows, giving us a clue that the selling pressure here is diminishing. And because of this, we were able to connect the series of higher lows here to give us that resultant bullish trend line. However, we were mindful of taking any bullish momentum here after considering the selling pressure that we have at a 1.14. So what we said a couple of weeks ago is that we are going to be buying the GBPUSD if price breaks above the 1.1400 level, hereby taking out all the sell position around this area. Then we want to be seeing the breakout of that structure as a bullish signal. And this is exactly what happened during the course of last week. We saw a significant breakout of the 1.14 area to give us a bullish signal for the week. Now, going into the new week, what are we going to be looking out for? Well, if we are going to be looking forward to bullish momentum on the JPUSD, there are two perspectives we want to be looking at. The first scenario is a possible situation where price comes back to do a retest of the 1.1400 level, which also shares a confluence with that bullish trend line that I showed you earlier, where we're going to be looking forward to buying pressure right around the 1.14 area to take advantage of a trend continuation to the upside. So that's the first scenario we want to be looking forward to. Then the second scenario is if this situation here turns out to be a trend continuation pattern, it could be a bullish rectangular pattern, then we want to be seeing a breakout retest of the structure to signal a trend continuation to the upside. In as much as we are looking forward to bullish momentum here on the GPUSD, we cannot ignore the fact that we are on a strong bearish momentum. So like I showed you earlier, we have this bearish trend line after connecting the series of higher lows here, lower highs here to give us that trend line. And if we look at what happened here in the last week trading session, we saw that price is right around that bearish trend line. And since price tested that bearish trend line around the 1.1600 level, we've continued to witness consolidation phase around that area, hereby depicting that there is an indecision in the market at around that point. So there is a possible situation where price might come out to turn this area turn out to be a reversal pattern that will be sending price to the downside. So in as much as we are looking forward to bullish continuation pattern, we shouldn't ignore the fact that we could have a reversal pattern that will be sending price to the downside at that point. But before I go into the details on lower time frame to see what is really happening around the bearish trend line here, let me quickly share with you the major event that I was able to pull out on the economic calendar that is likely going to be serving as a catalyst for price action in the coming week. So on the economic calendar, we have quite a lot of events that is likely going to be affecting the GBPUSD. Well, on Tuesday, we have the ISM manufacturing PMI on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we have the ADP employment change. We have the Fed interest rate decision, which is a very significant event. We also have the Fed monetary policy and the FOMC. These are all major events for the dollar on Wednesday. Then on Thursday, we have the Bank of, Bank of England monetary policy report. We have the asset purchase facility. We have the interest rate decision also for the GBP. We also have the MPC vote rate cut, vote rate hike, and then the vote rate on change. We also have the monetary policy summary. In fact, this week is jam-packed with quite a lot of events. Then on Friday, we have the almighty non-farm payroll as well, which participants in this market will definitely be looking forward to. So prior to these events, we're definitely going to be looking forward to situation that's going to be transposing into a major signal for the week. All we just need to do is to be on standby to take advantage of any opportunity that will be coming up in the week. So scaling down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 2 hours time frame here on the GBPUSD, one thing we observed right around the bearish trend line that we identified on the daily time frame is that following the impulsive move that took price broke out of the 1.1400 level, we saw that as soon as price got into the 1.16500 area, we saw that price was caught within a consolidation phase between the 1.16500 and the 1.1550 area to emphasize the indecision in this market. Though we had the breakdown of the structure, but immediately price came right above that level. So now going into the new week, what do we want to be looking forward to? Well, what I'll be saying here is that we want to be patient on the GPUSD. We want to see how participants in this market is going to be relating to this structure, which also shares a confluence with that bearish trend line we identified on the daily time frame. So what we are going to be looking forward to at this week is, first of all, we could have a breakdown of the 1.15 area retest to structure to come back into the 1.14 area, where we want to be seeing buying pressure from this area to send price to the upside. That is the first scenario. And if we look at the 1.14 area here, it lines up exactly with that bullish trend line we identified on the daily time frame. That is the first scenario. Then the second scenario is this structure here, the consolidation phase here could turn out to be a trend continuation pattern. As we can see, it's looking more like a bullish rectangular pattern. And for confirmation to happen that we want to be joining the bullish continuation, we need to see a breakout of the 1.16500 level. Mind you, this is going to be a signal. We don't want to get too excited, as we want to wait for price action to give us further confirmation in the form of a retest of the structure or the trend line here. But most importantly, we want to be seeing buying pressure here on our lower time frame to join the rally to the upside. So I would like to pause the video here, but be rest assured that I will be jumping in the comment section of this video to give you an update on how I intend to trade this pair after monitoring how participants in this market will be relating with this current structure at the beginning of the week. If this video has been of immense help in making your individual decision on this pair, kindly support this project by clicking the like button. You will also want to follow me on my TradingView platform so that you don't miss out on the regular updates I normally dish out in the comment section of every video. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the comment section on Monday, where we shall be deliberating on our next move on the GBPUSD. So do have a wonderful day, and bye bye.